Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us, 844-383-7844.
Hire international teachers who are well-trained in U.S. curriculum for just $20 an hour, or for 2 students group, $15 an hour. We teach math, science, and English for elementary, middle, and high school. Contact info@testpreppundits. Call at 844-383-7844.
Fine diamond jewelry is now one click away. Maya Fine Jewels, a family legacy, manufacturing their own jewelry since 1975. Shop online for lab-certified diamond jewelry at Indian prices. Visit your trusted family jeweler, Maya Fine Jewels, at 1315 Oak Tree Road, Islin, New Jersey. Shop online at mayafinejewels.com.
సిలికానాంధ్ర మనబడి అమెరికాలో ఏసీఎస్ వాస్క్ గుర్తింపు పొందిన ఏకైక తెలుగు విద్యాలయం. మీ పిల్లలను 2021-2022 తరగతులలో చేర్పించండి. తరగతుల నమోదు ప్రారంభమైనది. సెప్టెంబర్ 11, 2021 నుండి తరగతులు ప్రారంభం. మనబడిలో చేర్పిద్దాం, తెలుగు భాష నేర్పిద్దాం. మరిన్ని వివరాలకు సంప్రదించండి manabadi.siliconandra.org, info@manabadi.siliconandra.org, 1844-626-BUDDY.
A new wave in the test prep. Test Prep Pundits offer SAT, PSAT, ACT just for $499. With powerful teachers, with top 1 percentile tutors, and powered by stellar digital curriculum. Contact us at info@testpreppundits.com or call at 844-383-7844.
100% certified precious stone మరియు uncut diamond ఆభరణాల అపూర్వమైన కలెక్షన్. బైబ్యాక్ గ్యారంటీతో పాటు జెమ్స్టోన్ జ్యువెలరీ ఫెస్టివల్ మలబార్ గోల్డెన్ డైమండ్స్ లో.
గణనాయకాయ గణదైవతాయ గణాధ్యక్షాయ ధీమహి గుణశరీరాయ గుణమండితాయ గుణేశానాయ ధీమహి గుణాతీతాయ గుణాధీశాయ గుణప్రవిష్టాయ ధీమహి ఏకదంతాయ వక్రతుండాయ గౌరీతనయాయ ధీమహి.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TV Asia Telugu.
Summer is the best time to boost your scores. Test Prep Pundits present Self-Prep SAT ACT.
Telugu ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome back to yet another fabulous episode of the Talk Show with Experts. మనతో ఉన్నారు మన expert Rahul Reddy garu. Rahul garu, thank you so much for being here on the show today.
Thanks for inviting, Andy.
Rahul Garu, before we head into our show, I'd like to take a minute to thank our sponsors. And this program has been brought to you by the Test Prep Pundits, Maya Fine Jewels, and Siliconandra America. Test Prep Pundits help you achieve the best for your kids on SAT and ACT tests. Free boot camps every Saturday, which includes a free mock test as well. Please visit their website for more details. Maya Fine Jewels, bringing our ethnic heritage all the way from India to the US. Log on to mayafinejewels.com and get yourself a piece of our rich heritage. Siliconandra America, accredited by ACSWSC USA. Admissions are now open. Please register. Classes will start from September 11th. Join Manabadi and learn Telugu. For more information, log on to manabadi.siliconandra.org or call 1-844-626-BUDDY. All right. Rahul Garu, back to our show now. We have a very interesting topic. It's a very stressful time of the year, Anmata. Preventing USCIS from wasting 270,000 green cards. So is it even possible? You know, what are some of the ways that we can help? Can we help at all? Or, you know, what do you think is going to be happening during this period, and why the things we need to do are so important?
Absolutely. We all can help USCIS not wasting the 270,000 green cards. The reason I say 270,000 green cards is about 120,000 extra green cards this year and about 150,000 that's coming next year, though. Right. Definitely our audiences have done a very fabulous job. They wrote letter to the congressman. And they wrote letter to the Charlie. Things have affected. I mean, in fact, there's in the website, they clearly said, do not contact in this manner anymore. That's there in the State Department website when you can try to contact them. So definitely we did achieve what we can in possible. Yes. We got the attention of the congressman. We got the attention of the Joe Lofgren. We got the attention of the USCIS. On August 13th, USCIS has released a press statement saying that they are giving top preference to employment-based immigration. Thank you all of you guys for writing letters to the congressman. That was USCIS tweeted on August 13th around that time that they're going to give top preference to the employment-based immigration. We have seen increased number of green card approvals. We have seen increased number of RFEs and medicals. We have seen notice of intent to deny if you didn't submit the medicals, which is a good thing actually. And we have also seen a very much uptick in the interview notices that are coming up and the biometrics for the 485. You have done a very good job. But looks like when I look into the numbers though, the number of cases that got adjudicated, the numbers that may be adjudicated by the October though, still there will be a wastage. How do we prevent it? Right. There is only one way though, because according to the law, if they are not given this year, they are going to be trashed out. Okay. They're going to go into trash. Right. Now here where hungry people are dying and then there is a food that they're throwing out. Right. There is only one way that can be prevented. The USCIS can grant the green card for all the people whose priority date is current. Right. And then, because some of the security checks have not happened, some of things, medicals have not been issued, there are a lot of technical difficulties people may have. They can always revoke the people. They can issue the green card in September last week to all the people whose priority date is current. On October 5th, they can revoke the green cards that they've issued, and they will retain the 485 application as it is. Okay. They can do that. In that way, what happens is that next year, instead of 150,000 extra green cards, though, we would have the cases that get revoked, the green cards that get revoked next year, also will add up to the employment based. Okay. So the spillage will be nil if we can achieve the target, though. Now, how do we do it? You know, USCIS have to do it, not you, not me, not them. The USCIS have to do it. For the USCIS to do it, though, what needs to be done is that I want people to write letters to the congressman, suggesting that what USCIS could take. They're doing as much as possible, but it may not be enough to save the green cards, though. The letter draft has been provided at RN Law Group. The link is provided, this video link. Just like the way you did it previously, contact the congressman for getting the green, not wasting the green cards. We want this letter because we told them previously, give utmost importance to the employment based. They did. But that's not enough. Yeah. Still there's a wastage. So this one, there is a technical law that allows them to give the green card and take them the green cards back. So and I want all of you guys who, if your 485 is pending, I want you to write a letter. If you are contemplating on the 485 at a later date, you should write a letter. You should write a letter because there is a systematic discrimination against Indians because of the per country quota limit. And this is one way we got one opportunity where we are treated equally, at least to some extent. And now we are losing that opportunity. So I want everybody to write a letter to the congressman.
Right. Rahul, I have a couple of follow-up questions. And one, if they do provide these green cards and in the future, if they do revoke them, what happens to the status of the people at that point?
There will be an adjustment of status. They're going to have the adjustment of status reinstated.
Okay, so it's not like they just need to...
It's a technical thing. On September 30th, they can give the green card. On October 1st, they cancel the green card, and 485 and EAD, everything will be restored as it is. So nothing changes for them, for the people who get revoked.
Got it.
This is just revocation is only to retain the number of green cards for us.
Makes sense. Also, the second question I wanted to ask you was, how does this whole thing that's been going on with the evacuation from Afghanistan and with tons of refugees coming in and the nation scrambling to bring our people back to the country as well, does that impact how many green cards they'll be able to process, or the workload on USCIS itself?
That system, asylum system, is a little bit different than the 485 system. At least they don't come into the pipeline immediately, though. It will take a little bit time for them to come into the pipeline. Even if they come into the pipeline, though, for Afghan refugees, they don't, once they are outside the country, though, and they're already applied additional status, there is no hurry for them to get the green card because eventually they will get the green card, though. But for us, it's more important for us. Obviously, I would like all Afghanistan people to be safe in the country, and most probably they are eligible for the asylum. They definitely deserve it. I'm not telling them, and they should be prioritized in taking the application, moving them into the country, of course. But still, processing of the 485 employment should be the top preference, at least for the next 1.5 months.
So, but it's USCIS itself that's working on all of these,
right? But there is a different department. Asylum department is completely different.
Okay. So the employment base is handled by a completely different department.
Right.
So it should not impact.
That should not impact.
Okay, great. I think a lot of people will be happy with that because on one hand, there's so much of a crisis with the people from Afghanistan, and on the other hand, people are concerned as to what might happen to the workload to US. Yes. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Thank you so much for doing that and providing some clarity around that. Let's take our first caller, Andy. While we're waiting for our caller, this is a question from Pradeep VV. He says, please clarify, Charlie mentioned that they're not expecting any changes in October 2021. Does he mean for the entire 2022 fiscal year or only meant for October of 2021?
Only.
And may advance in later months based on the outcome of Meng's bill?
He meant only for October because he won't know the figures of how many green cards were being granted in September until October. So he's unable to judge how many green cards will be given. The data comes a little bit later to him. So that's the reason why he wants to hold on until November.
Okay.
Instead of moving in October.
Okay. Thanks, Andy. Let's take our first caller. Caller from area code 703. We're ready for you now.
Hi, Rahul.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Rahul. Thank you for taking my call.
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Rahul. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, So, I have a family emergency, Rahul. I have a family emergency, so I have to travel to India. So, with my H-1B receipt number, can I travel to India?
Traveling to India is not a problem. You're an Indian citizen, I'm assuming. Traveling back is the question.
Yes.
How do you plan to travel back?
Actually, my client ABC, they have said okay that I can work for at least like 5 to 6 months from India. So they're okay for that because I have a very bad family emergency.
What is your plan to come back? Not plan to work.
Okay. maybe with what you call with NIE, maybe.
So
like
you're expecting the H-1B approval, and then you're going to go for the stamping, and then they're going to grant you the NIE exception, and then based on that, you want to come back into this country.
Yes, or maybe I may be wrong also, but.
Well, those are all maybe. They're all possible. I mean, is it possible? Can I get $230 million next year? Yes, it's possible. You can't deny it. If I buy a lottery ticket, I can. So what you're telling is all possible, but we need to look into the feasibility though. If you're definitely working for, Pfizer company, Moderna company, yeah, NIE is quite easy to achieve though. But it's not, NIE is not guaranteed, and we are expecting the travel ban to last until at least February to March. The appointments right now are completely backlogged. So so even if you go right now, it may take one and a half year for you to come back. So be prepared for that though.
Oh, okay. And one quick question, Rahul, regarding that. So with the receipt number, can we travel to India without the approval? Because my
remember, we are speaking about traveling back. Traveling to India is not a problem. If you want to travel back, if you want to get a H-1B visa, you need the H-1B approval.
Yeah.
For going for stamping.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Because mine is not yet approved. My H-1B is going to expire.
I got it. So they can after you leave the country, you can still get the H-1B approval for you to go for stamping.
Okay. So there is no rule that I should be present in US till my H-1B is approved, right?
No, sir. There's no rule like that.
Okay.
Next person.
Okay.
Please.
And
thank you, sir.
One last question, please. Yeah, Rahul. One last question.
Go ahead, sir.
So I think my employer has not yet filed. He's saying that he has filed it, but he's saying that we haven't got the receipt number for the past 20 days. So can I leave maybe in the next 2-3 days before he files? Can I leave to India, or will the US deny my petition?
You can.
Saying
That's fine. They can. That H-1B can be converted to consular processing. It's not a problem if you leave the country, sir. So if you're planning to get the stamping in India, it's not a problem.
Okay, so I can leave without the receipt number or anything, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Rahul Garu, there's another question. Yes, sir.
This guy doesn't have a H-1B filed yet, not a receipt notice yet. He's already expecting this one to be approved. He's already expecting it for him to get the stamping, which is not available, and he's already accepting the NIE to be approved. I don't know how people plan their lives like this. But since we are supposed to answer only what they ask the question, though, not interfere, best of luck for him.
I hope so. I hope everything gets
these
sorted
people
out.
need to have the realistic plan. What is going to happen? Most probably this guy is going to stuck there for 1+ year. If he plans to be, that's fine. And then another thing that I noticed with Garu is that these people are going and getting married, and there's a lot of problem I'm seeing in the marriage. Oh, I have a job in USA. No, you get the marriage. You get the marriage. You can't get out of the country. The girl is saying, forget it. I want to leave you. And I'm looking into these things too. It's bad that's happening. Lord. Yeah, and then I just want people to be realistic. When you go from like here to there, at least don't tell the girl, I'm going to live in India. Marry me or not. Put that condition. Don't say that I have a job in USA, which you won't have it if you don't come back within a particular period of time.
Makes sense.
Let's go.
All right. Thanks, Andy. All right. Caller from area code 773. We're ready for you now. Star 6, Andy, to unmute your line. Star 6 to unmute your line.
Hello.
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 Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Rahul and Nitya. How are you?
Good afternoon, sir. Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah. My question is, how long it is taking for F1 processing?
F1 is taking anywhere between 6 months to 16 months nowadays.
So what happens, because my son is already aged out and we have applied for F1, and what happens if he is not approved, or if he completes, because he is in the final year?
When did he completed his 21st year? When did he come?
July. July last month only.
Did you apply for the B2 visa before he became 21?
We have applied for F1 and then B2 is not required anymore, right?
Right, but I didn't know exactly when the law came into picture of the B2 though.
It came in around May something, if I'm not wrong.
Sounds good. Okay, it came in before your son turned 21. Okay, that's fine.
Right.
That's fine. He can still go. He can still get the F1 visa. If he's going to graduate though, you may want to look into delaying the graduation until his F1 is approved.
Okay, and is there any chances of denial or anything?
We haven't
seen. 485 was
we haven't seen 485 has been applied. That's what you said, right? We have seen cases. We have not seen any cases of F1 getting denied because they filed a 485. We haven't seen it. We have got a couple of approvals where the 485 was been filed. We mentioned it on the 765 and on the I-539, and we still got the F1 approved.
Mm-hmm. And any updates on the aged out children?
Do you mean to say any law changes that are coming up right now?
Right.
No updates right now. Nothing is there. We'll have to see on September 15th. That's when the $3.5 trillion bill, 3.5 trillion budget bill. We may have some provisions in there. We yet don't know what provisions will be there. We will come to a little bit better understanding by September 15th.
And no issue if the studies are continued, right?
No issues. That's fine. Next person.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next
Let's
caller.
limit 2 questions for a caller. Yeah.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you. Let's take this question, Andy. This is from Kaushal Giriraj. Says applied for 485 adjustment of status in October of 2020. Received RFE for medicals and lawyer submitted medicals along with the 485 supplement J and G28 form. What will the additional paperwork cause any delays in the green card approval?
Just because you applied 485J supplement, that should not cause any delay in the approval though.
Awesome. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take a caller, Andy. Caller from area code 510. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 510. We're ready for you now. All right. While we're waiting, Andy, there's another question. This is from Bobby Manuel. He says, are legal dreamers included in the budget bill?
We will come to know on September 15th, Nitya Garu, about this.
Okay. Yeah.
We are expecting the legal dreamers in there. We definitely know that dreamers are going to be there for sure.
Right.
We are expecting legal dreamers also to be there, but we'll have to see on September 15th how the bill is. It's going to be a huge bill.
Thank you, Rahul Garu. Caller from area code 510. We're ready for you. While we're waiting, Andy, there's another question.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I had one question. I have downgraded my application and I have received my premium processing 140 approved under EB3 and my biometrics is on September 2nd. So once the biometrics is done, hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, so once the biometrics is done, when should I expect the EAD and 485? Because September 30th will be the last day, right?
September 30th is not the last day for you to get the green card, though. You're going to roll over to the next year, though. It's not that you have to get the green card by September 30th. I want you to get the green card by September 30th. I want everybody whose priority date is to get the September 30th. The reason why we are wanting you to write letters to the congressman for September 30th is that if they don't give the green cards, though, they will all go in trash. We have extra 120,000 green cards available this year. If they don't give them, they are going to go in trash.
Okay.
But for you, there is no deadline of September 30th. You can still get an October also.
Okay. That was all. Thank you,
sir.
Thank you, Nitya.
Thank you so much for calling. Okay. Let's take our next caller, but we have a question. This is from Janwar Harish. It says priority date is September 2014. Just received EAD renewal receipt notices and I found that my spouse's alien number is missing. Is this any cause for worry and can something be done to rectify it or should I ignore it?
He can ignore it. He doesn't have to worry about it. If the A number is not there, he can completely ignore it. No problem with it.
All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take a caller, Andy. Caller from area code 940. We're ready for you now.
Hi, Rahul Garu. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Rahul Garu. So my question is regarding the work from home stuff. So I remember talking to you like 2 or 3 weeks back, but I have a few questions on that. So basically, I'm currently working from Irving. It's a full-time position and it's complete remote position. And my LCA is on my home address. And during the filing the LCA, they asked me for second location, which is additional location due to the current pandemic situation. So my current location A, which is my home address, is in Irving, and my second location is in Frisco. So my current location A is a rented house. So in case if I am moving out of location A, and if I am moving to location B, like do I still need to update my legal team in the office, or can I directly move to location B?
Irving and Frisco, they both come under the same MSA. So if you are moving anywhere between Fort Worth all the way to Frisco, you come under the same MSA. You don't have to do any amendments. You don't have to do any LCA changes. You don't have to file anything at all. Now, do you need to inform your HR? That's maybe for payroll and other purposes. You may have to inform, but it doesn't make any difference if you move within the Dallas area.
Okay, and the second question is, I keep following your Tuesday calls as well, and I remember your business partner Emily saying that amendment has to be done if the county changes. So
no, not exactly.
Can you comment on that?
She said to consult if the change in the county, because one MSA can have multiple counties. Especially in Dallas, there are about 7-8 counties that comes into it.
Okay, so if I move to any of these counties, that shouldn't be a big deal.
MSA is the main thing. And the second exception that's available is drivable. But for Dallas, the MSA is too big. It's very big. It's one of the biggest MSA in the United States in the size-wise, the amount of miles-wise.
Got it.
All right.
Yeah. Next. That was my question.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. We have a question in the meantime. Rahul Garu, this is from Sabaru. Says, 2 weeks ago, you mentioned about visa recapture regulation. Is there any update on this?
There is no visa recapture regulation at this point of time. We may expect that coming with the pressure that is building on these people. There is a Meng's amendment that also is like a law that is coming into, which is actually not good for us, for the employment based. If it passes through, but at the same time, there is also Eagle bill that is coming up. There is also September 15th, 3.5 trillion. So there are a lot of things that are popping up in the next 1 to 2 months. So I want everybody to be aware and keep writing letters to the congressman. Now, I see some of the responses, Nitya Garu, on the YouTube chat that I've written letter to the congressman before. That's a different letter. This letter was only published on Tuesday. That is this Tuesday. So if you have not written this letter, though, this is a little bit different content. Previously, we requested them to act very diligently and work on the I-485, which employment wage, which they did. But this one is a little bit different. So if you have not written this letter, we want you to write this letter.
All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 518. We're ready for you now.
Hi, Rahul Garu.
Hello, sir. Please go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me, Rahul Garu?
Yes.
Hear you, Andy. Please go ahead.
Actually, my I-140 got approved under EB2, so my priority date is October 2019. So what are the chances it become current in near future, maybe in a year or so?
At least it doesn't look very bright for you right now, unless there is a change in the law. Either the $3.5 trillion bill might include some provisions, or the Eagle Act, which is being proposed by Joey Lufgren, a congresswoman from San Jose area. If any of these two things come in, I may expect some changes. The other thing is that even if they go with the giving the green cards and revoking the green cards, so 2019 doesn't look to be practical, at least. I want you to be prepared to stay for a long ride for you, though.
So do you recommend like changing the employers right now, or do you want me to stay with the current employer?
It depends on if the offer is very great, very good and everything. I may consider changing the company at this point of time if I have the 2019 priority date.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. This is a question from Sashikant Paritala. Says September 2013, EB3, fingerprints done, medical submitted, I-140 approved, Nebraska Center. When can we expect an EAD or green card?
Any day, any day. Since the biometrics are done and the medical has been done, priority date is current, you're all fit to go. It can be any day.
Yes, and once you get it, please send a bottle of champagne to the 𝐓𝐕𝐀𝐄 office so they can forward it to us. All right, on to our next caller, Andy. Caller from area code 208. We're ready for you now. Caller from
hello,
area
Rahul.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, a couple of questions. Initially, I got an RFE for medicals. I sent the medicals, and after a week or two, they sent an RFE for supplement J. I'm a NE2. My priority date is current. So far, I have not seen the status updated that they have received my medicals. And last week, I submitted the supplement J. So
what does it say? RFE still issued? Is that what it says?
No, nothing it says. Just fingerprint taken in last.
Okay, that's fine. That's normal. That's normal. So they won't say that. We have received your medicals in our office and we have put it in the file. They won't say that thing. So things seems to be going very good for you. I would buy the champagne and keep in the refrigerator right now.
Okay. Okay, so I don't need to send the medicals again, right? It's already like 3 weeks back I sent the medicals.
No, you don't need to send the medicals again. No.
Okay.
Thank you,
yeah,
sir.
That's all I have. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy.
Nitya Garu, I want to just correct some of the things where we may have said to the people. If you have sent the medicals without RFE and you received an RFE though, we definitely want you to resend the medicals again.
Makes sense. Okay. Thanks, Andy. Rahul Garu. Let's take this question. This is from Abhilash Reddy. He says, my priority date is 7 July 2017. Can you please recommend if I need to apply for a downgrade? Let me know if I'm still good to apply for a downgrade. If yes, can I apply in regular processing or do I need premium processing?
This green card process overall is a marathon. It's not a 100-meter run. So I definitely would like people to be prepared to have both the options available. In this case, this guy, we don't know whether EB2 is going to move forward, EB3 is going to move forward. Yes. If he has the EB2 and if I were him, if I think so, I'm going to stay with this company for the next 1.5 to 2 years. I am definitely going to apply for the I-140 in the EB3 and a regular processing. Right. And depending on how the dates move forward, I can convert into premium processing later on.
Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take a caller, Andy. Caller from area code 469. We're ready for you now.
Hello, Rahul. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Two quick questions. I have my EAD and advance parole. I entered the US using my advance parole. The question is, if I have two offers from different locations where my 485 is not filed. So if I need to move to a different location, for the new employer, they have to file the 485J. I understand that. But with respect to the geographic location, is it okay?
Perfectly okay. If you're right now working in Alaska, now the next job is in Hawaii, it's perfectly okay. They just need to file a 485J supplement. You don't have all the intricacies what you have on the H-1B under 485J supplement. Once you cross the 6 months, geography doesn't apply for you. You're good. You can go to Alaska or Hawaii.
So very similar question, right? Within the same firm, I have a different offer from a different department and a higher role. Yeah, it matches the 50% thing. And they are ready to file the 485J supplement because of the title changes.
If it is within the same company, though, and you are changing the geographical location and you are in a similar occupation though, I would not do 485J supplement.
They were suggesting that it is required because of the title changes and...
I'm not telling that they are wrong, but this is my decision. Strategically, I would not like to touch that at all. If you're changing the job to a different company, though, definitely I would file a 485J supplement. Within the same company, different geographical location, a little bit changes in the job duties, those are natural increments. I would not. If they insisted, I'm not telling that it's a killing thing, you're going to, your 485 will be denied, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Do you think there is any problem with it?
I don't want to poke them unnecessarily if you're still working for the same company. Why did you file the 485J supplement? The title is different. Maybe these people are feeling something is different. It just pokes something unnecessary. That's my opinion.
Got it. So I definitely asked them to hold off filing the 485J supplement until, first week of October or so. I take the new job, right? So that in the meanwhile, if there is a possibility of me getting the green card, I don't want to miss that.
Okay.
That said, one last thing, and it has nothing to do, it's a very general question. Did we ever figure out what the pattern is when they approve the adjustment of status? Whether it is the series, the receive date, it is the date?
Never. Good question. We never got a pattern. But we have, we have out of the 20 lawyers that we have in our office, 2 of them work for the service, though. They work for the immigration before they become lawyers. So it mainly depends on, the officer. If the officer load is less, some people adjudicate very fast, some people adjudicate very slow. So it depends on who has your file.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Rahul, I think there is never going to be a way to predict a pattern because there is none, Kadandi, because this process is manual and there's so many human entities involved in this, like you said.
If my case is pending with the USCIS and mine is not approved, though, I am trying to look into why the next door neighbors got approved and this other neighbor got approved. Mine did not get approved. So definitely there is a curiosity from the people.
But curiosity,
yeah.
Of course. But there's no pattern though,
Yeah, the pattern is only, because...
The pattern just depends on how the guy is feeling that day, I guess, it's up in a good mood or, has had a fight with his wife and he's, signing off these papers. It just, no.
They're working from home nowadays, so that could happen.
Yeah. Rahul, before we go to our next caller, Andy, this is a question from Shankar Mandal. He says, what percentage of people are getting green cards without their biometrics or an interview right now?
Good question. Without interview, I would say about 80 to 85% or even maybe 90% also.
Okay.
Without biometrics, though, I only spoken with 1 or 2 people who got without biometrics. Nice. Though out of the we do a lot of people come into the show. We have a daily conference call, free conference call. People come and speak with me also. The details are there at RN-Law Group also. We do have in Tuesday Live too. So with all the people though, I've only known 1 or 2 people who got green card without biometrics. It seems that they have used the biometrics when they got their passport visa.
Okay. Thank you, Andy. Let's take a caller from area code 651. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 651.
Hello, Nitya Garu and Rahul Garu. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello, Rahul Garu. Thank you so much for all the service. Now, prior to date, July 9th, 2013, Andy, I have a 15-year-old kid. I-140 approved this week. First is his age will be logged on 1st of September, right? My date will be current on 1st of September, which is July 9th, 2013.
You already filed a 485, right? Just want to confirm.
Yes. Okay. I-140 approved in EB3 and...
Got it. You tell all the things, but you did not tell the 485 has been filed or not. Yeah. His age will be locked in September.
Okay, perfect. Then I have one other question related to driving. I have, like back in 2015, for the driving ticket, I have been asked to go to court, and they charged me $250. And also, actually, they put me on probation for 1 year, but I did not get into any trouble within that 1 year or anything. So is that any problem at all? Because I did not even mention anywhere in the 485.
What was the ticket about?
Just speeding, nothing.
Okay, the probation seems to be that mostly driving probation, doesn't seem to be other things. So
yes.
Since it's it's $250 you paid,
yes.
You're fine. You don't have to mention anywhere. You're good.
Ma'am, I'm curious to know how fast were you driving to get a 1 year probation on that?
Yeah, that's
I don't know. That's my first visit to court. Maybe I wasn't saying what I'm supposed to or anything. I don't know, really. I didn't do anything. It's just regular.
Yeah, sometimes what happens is that when you go to court, though, you're challenging the officer there, and the judge tries to punish you for a maximum that's allowed in there, though. If you would have just got to online and paid the money, you would have been fine. Or if you go through some of the lawyers that represent, because you went in without any legal knowledge, probably the judge thought that you're challenging the officer, and I don't know. So he might, that's very odd that you got it. But either way, you're good. You're fine now.
Okay, perfect. No worries. Only one last question is, I submitted my 485 on 30th of December. I haven't gotten biometrics or anything. Are we expecting any chances of getting bios at all for the people that submitted in November and December?
We have got people who have submitted in November and December also biometrics, but not all the people who submitted in November and December got biometrics. I don't know, these biometrics are done by private agencies, and these bureaucratic people, I don't know why they can't have an open place wherever you can go anytime and tell them, hey, here is the money, take it. I don't know why they don't make it very simplified though, but definitely that should be an agenda. USCIS has said that they're going to simplify the 485 process, hopefully in the next 2 to 3 years. That may come in, but right now, there is nothing we can do for you to get the biometrics.
Is it worth sending medicals without bio being done, like interfiling medicals at all?
I will send it.
Okay. You would or wouldn't?
Yeah, I would send it.
Okay. That's all my questions. Thank you so much, Andy.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right, folks, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after a quick commercial break.
Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, PrepPundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us 844-383-7844.
Hire international teachers who are well trained in U.S. curriculum for just $20 an hour, or for 2 students group, $15 an hour. We teach math, science, and English for elementary, middle, and high school. Contact info@testpreppundits. Call at 844-383-7844.
Fine diamond jewelry is now one click away. Maya Fine Jewels, a family legacy, manufacturing their own jewelry since 1975. Shop online for lab-certified diamond jewelry at Indian prices. Visit your trusted family jeweler, Maya Fine Jewels, at 1315 Oak Tree Road, Islin, New Jersey. Shop online at mayafinejewels.com.
సిలికానాంధ్ర మనబడి అమెరికాలో ఏసీఎస్ వాస్క్ గుర్తింపు పొందిన ఏకైక తెలుగు విద్యాలయం. మీ పిల్లలను 2021-2022 తరగతులలో చేర్పించండి. తరగతుల నమోదు ప్రారంభమైనది. సెప్టెంబర్ 11, 2021 నుండి తరగతులు ప్రారంభం. మనబడిలో చేర్పిద్దాం, తెలుగు భాష నేర్పిద్దాం. మరిన్ని వివరాలకు సంప్రదించండి manabadi.siliconandra.org, info@manabadi.siliconandra.org, 1844 626 బడి.
A new wave in the test prep. Test prep pundits offer SAT, PSAT, ACT just for $499, with powerful teachers, with top 1 percentile tutors, and powered by stellar digital curriculum. Contact us at info@testpreppundits.com or call at 844-383-7844.
"100% certified precious stone మరియు అన్కట్ డైమండ్ ఆభరణాల అపూర్వమైన కలెక్షన్ బైబ్యాక్ గ్యారంటీతో పాటు జెమ్ స్టోన్ జ్యువెలరీ ఫెస్టివల్ మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ లో
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు. మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TV Asia Telugu.
Summer is the best time to boost your scores. Test Prep Pundits present Self-Prep SAT ACT course for just $199. Stellar digital curriculum, expert videos for every question. 15 full-length tests. Contact info@testpreppundits. Call at 844-383.
Welcome back to our talk show with experts. Let's get on to our calls, Andy. Let's take our first caller now. And while we're waiting for our caller, this is a question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Shankar Mandal. It says, what percentage of people are getting green card? Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Teja, sorry. Says, my priority date is 14 June 2016 with my old employer. Can I move to my old employer or wait for November visa bulletin?
I will start the negotiation right now to speak with the old employer to see where he stands at. Is he willing to take? Because it's not, jobs are not just like, okay, you want today, you don't want tomorrow, you want after tomorrow. It's not like that. It's not like buying a Coca-Cola from Walmart. You can buy it at any time. Right. But I don't think so jobs are like that. Though I would say that, compared to the demand of the IT is much higher. Right. Compared to the lawyers like us, you are in high demand. But still, it's better to start negotiating with them right now.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. And let's take our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 302. We're ready for you now.
Hello, Andy. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead. Sir, *6 Andy to unmute line. Hello, sir.
Are you able to hear me now? Sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Thanks, Rahul Garu. Thanks, Nitya Garu. I have a couple of questions. Actually, I had a few traffic violation tickets, which are around $200. So do I need to mention while filing this AOS adjustment of status for 485?
No. On the 485 instructions form, page number 16 clearly says that you do not need to mention the traffic fines under $500. If it's above 500, doesn't mean that you have to mention. I would always check with the lawyer to see if it's required to be mentioned.
Okay. And another thing is I had a couple of accidents. One was my daughter was involved and one I had involved, and we got a settlement from insurance around 10 to 15,000. So do we need to specify something like that or not required?
Did you got a ticket for it or you did not get a ticket for it?
We didn't get any ticket.
No, that's fine. That's a civil case. that has no impact. You are under no obligation to mention that anywhere.
Okay, but for that, like we went to the court. I mean, they said to
That's
come
fine.
to the court.
Right. Court is like a temple in United States. Just because you go to court doesn't mean that you're a criminal, okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's all. These are the two questions I have. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Rahul, I have a question from Nidhi Raz. Says, around when will India EB3 final action date move ahead by around 1 month to 1st Feb 2014?
We may be expecting that probably in the November visa bulletin is what I'm expecting.
Okay. All right. And before we go on to a caller, Andy, this one question, very interesting one. Is it okay to travel with a green card right now?
Absolutely no problem there is no travel, there is no restriction for you to travel outside the country and come back into the country at this point of time. None at all.
Has there been any change with regard to the travel ban ended from India?
No change, none at all. And none is expected to come at least until February of 2022. We are not expecting any changes coming for that though. With the COVID rate going higher here, and people are fearful about the variant, Delta variant and other things, we are not expecting any changes to be done until February of 2020.
Okay.
22.
22. Makes sense. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take a caller, Andy. Caller from area code 610. We're ready for you now.
Yeah. Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. Our priority date is current, and our I-140 has been approved back in December. Fingerprints were done in April, and we don't have EADs and AP yet. But we received earlier this month in April medical RFE. We responded to medical RFE. They received our response to medical RFE on August 11. And earlier this week, so it's pretty much less than a 2 week once they receive our response to medical RFE and to Nebraska Service Center, we got an update on August 23rd, which was just Monday, and it says that your case was transferred and a new office has jurisdiction. So that happened on 23rd, and within 2 days after that, on August 25th, which was just Wednesday, 2 days after, we got another update, and it says the same thing. Case was transferred, and a new office has jurisdiction. And in both, on 23rd and on 25th, in both instances, they are saying that they will send us a notice and will explain what's the reason. So just really curious, like, we send them
it has been transferred. Yeah. Most of the cases are getting transferred to the local office, though, which has a jurisdiction over here for interview. So there is a chance that you may get the interview. There is a chance the officer might open up and everything and approve it without interview also.
Okay. Yeah, because I know if you have a national benefit center, then it usually goes to field office. But with the Nebraska, we were surprised.
Oh, it doesn't. No, there is nothing like Nebraska and Texas Service Center also will send it to the local processing places, though. Nothing odd about it.
Okay, so even if it transfer like in 2 days, 2 times, it's still. I mean, of course, we don't know yet right now where is that transfer to. But is that something like? Is that a bad sign, or is that a good sign?
No bad sign. They should have approved it. They didn't approve it. It's not a good sign, but doesn't mean that it's a bad sign. At least there is something going on in your file compared to the other people where nothing is happening.
Correct. Yeah, that's what we thought. Like, hey, they received it and it's been transferred twice. So wondering what's happening. So
sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. And let's take our next caller. And I have a question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from PR. Says, how many days is it taking to get the receipt numbers for 4857654 for AOS cases filed in August of 2021?
It's taking only 2 weeks to get the receipt notices for the 485s that we filed. Yes, Nitya Garu, it used to take 4 months before, especially for the people who filed in the last week of October. It took 4 months. But now they are very, very proactive. There are a couple of different reasons why. Number one reason is there is no 944 form. 944 form came in, and these people have to manually enter those 18 pages data in there. Whatever we type it, they type it. I went to those offices, though. The way they type it so fast, they turn the pages. And I was about to, hey, can you work for my office instead of working for USCIS? And these are contract workers. These are contract workers. So it definitely was a big mess when we filed I-140, 485, and 944 at that time. Things are much, much better right now in the receipt notices.
Wow. 2 weeks is a great time. All right, let's go on to caller from area code 480. We're ready for you now.
Hi there, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you. My question is, I'm a EB3 downgrade case. My center is Nebraska. My priority date is late April 2014. So last week of April 2014. Now, biometrics is done, I-140 approved through premium processing, but no signs of EAD. Now, the two things I have is, with Charlie's latest update, I mean, yes, I've written letters and all, and will continue to do as you suggest, but now the hopes are a little bit on EAD, right? Because for a while, don't know what's certain, and my
EAD should be coming any day for you right now.
Okay. My current H1B expires in first or second week of November, roughly. I don't remember the exact date, so it's like 2 months away. I was really not keen on extending it if I get EAD, right?
You can still wait until now, until October to see if your EAD doesn't get approved, though. If your EAD gets approved, that's fine. If your EAD doesn't get approved, then I'm going to think about filing in October. I would not hurriedly file an extension for you right now if I were you.
Okay. And I don't know. I mean, we can all predict, right? But all centers have their own story, so we really can't guess too much.
You should be on an alert to make sure that you file an extension if the EAD doesn't get approved. But I wouldn't file it this month, August. I wouldn't file in October. I will probably go do it in October last week for you. And that too in a normal processing, not a premium processing.
No, I get it. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And here's another question. This is from Ramakrishna Gattam. Says, my elder daughter and I received medical RFE from USCIS, which we submitted last Monday, but we haven't received a medical RFE for my wife and other daughter. Can we send their medicals in my RFE?
He didn't submit his RFE yet, right?
No. They did submit their RFE last Monday. Sorry.
You should have submitted the other two family members also, even if they didn't ask for it. This is a common thing that we are noticing it, that some family members are getting, some family members are not getting. My advice to the people is to submit medicals to everybody. Even only one family member is asked, all family members should submit. In the case of this particular gentleman, though, what I would do is that go to the doctor, get the medicals done, get the medicals re-signed again for the two family members, and get for the rest of the two family members, submit all four one more time.
Okay. All right, Andy, let's take our next caller. Caller from area code 919. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 919. We're ready for you. All right, let's get back to this caller, Andy. In the meantime, we have a question. This is from Ravish Rao. Says, while filing for I-140 amendment as a successor in interest, if USCIS issues an NOIR, a revocation, can I retain my priority date for future filing from a different employer?
Ooh, that's going to be tough, though. I need to look into why the NOIR has been issued, though. That's very rare that they issue a NOIR. It is a very serious matter, and if they revoke the I-140 that was approved previously, you may not be able to retain the priority date. I may consider dropping entirely this I-140 application withdrawal, and previous I-140 I will withdraw it to avoid it, but I still need to look into it. Definitely a lawyer need to look into, and you may have to consult an outside lawyer other than the company lawyer to evaluate what is the issue with this notice of intent to revoke. But if it has been revoked, there is a good chance that you may not be able to retain the old priority date.
Thank you for that, Rahul Garu. Caller from area code 416, we're ready for you now, Andy. *6 to unmute your line, sir. *6, Andy, to unmute your line. In the meantime, I have a question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Sandeep. Says priority date is August of 2011. EAD has been received, but want to travel for my wedding. Registered for a virtual wedding with Utah County. Came to know it'll be accepted in consulate. Options for her to come to US prior to my GC, please.
Wow.
It sounds like an offline conversation to have, almost.
I am shocked. I'm really shocked. So what he's telling is that Utah is going to accept, the state of Utah is going to accept the remote marriage. I am really not aware of it. Thank you for educating. This is not just education for you guys, it's an education. I need to educate myself. I will try to look into what that is. If possible, please send me an email to info@rnlawgroup.com. I want to see which county, how it is getting accepted, because I will attend to you, and you don't have to pay a consultation fees to me.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Rahul Garu. It's very kind of you. So, Sandeep, if you're watching this, please get in touch with Rahul Garu as soon as possible.
Because there are like thousands of people that want to get married like that.
Right.
So I want to see how this works out.
Okay. Fair enough, Andy. Yeah. All right, let's take a caller from area code 416. We're ready for you now.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Rahul, Nitya, first of all, thanks a lot for taking my call. You guys are doing really amazing job.
Thank you, sir.
So my question is like, I'm in EB3 category. My EB3 got filed a few years back. And that time I was on L1B status. And now I am on L1A. So do you see that as do you see any concern with that, like proceeding with EB3?
No, I don't see any concern in proceeding with EB3. Absolutely, I don't see any concern.
Okay,
but
great.
I would prefer to do EB1. Yeah, we are on the same page. Yeah, but if you, by filing an EB3, are you hampering any of the chance? Are you doing anything bad? Are you doing anything illegal? No, you're perfectly fine.
Okay, great. And second question is about birth certificate. So my birth certificate is in native language, and the thing is, like, it got registered 3 years after my birth. And when I'm right now checking with the local municipality, they are saying like they can reissue the certificate in English. So do you see that as a problem? Like I can get the reissued certificate in English and submit that?
That's fine. You can submit your native language also. If you know the language, you can translate, you can translate it. You need to sign something called certificate of translation, but you have to translate word to word. And I have even provided you at the link, or this link, I've even provided you the certificate of translation affidavit there if you want to use that.
I saw that. Actually, the only problem is like the older version of the certificate. It is actually having few things missing, like parent name is not captured.
If you're getting the new version of it though, if you're getting a new version of it, it still has the registration date done in 3 years after your birth. So it still is good though.
Right.
Get it?
Okay. And as it is registered 3 years, like, do I need to again submit the affidavit?
No, don't submit. Don't submit anything. Don't submit anything. But if you want to, you can get those affidavits. Keep it with you. Don't give it to your lawyer. Okay. There are rest of the documents like Aadhaar card, ration card, whatever you have it. The list is provided in the link that I provided you. So get them, but don't submit to them. Just submit the birth certificate. Don't do anything else. And if they ask RFP, at that point of time, you need to submit that.
Got it. Thank you. Thanks a lot
Thank you.
to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next call, Randy. In the meantime, we have a question. This is from Rahul Reed. It says, adjustment of status filed in October 2020, biometrics completed March 2021, medical submitted with the original petition I-140 approved in July of 2021, priority date is current from August 2021. No EAD or advance parole till now. How long for GC?
It can be any day. Any day
day.
for green. Just because you didn't got an EAD and advance parole doesn't mean that you're not getting an EAD, green card. There are a lot of people that I have noticed they're getting green cards without EADs.
Without EAD. All right. Thanks, Andy. Let's take a caller. Caller from area code 617, Andy. Caller from area code 617. We're ready for you now. Star 600 to unmute your line. And folks, I would like to point out that please send in your question just once. We are taking the questions in the order that they were received. So it doesn't matter how many more times you send the questions. We are just attending to them as they are coming in. Okay. So thank you very much. Caller from area code 617, star 600 to unmute your line. All right. While we're waiting, I have a question. This is from Sam Fax. Hello, sir. Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Hi, Rahul Garu. I have two questions. So my first question is, so if my priority date is August to June 2016 in EB3, so in case if the filing dates are moved in the next November, October, or whenever, so once we file the 485, can we travel outside of the India, outside of US? And so what would be the next step after filing the 485? So does it take some time to get the receipt and for the biometrics?
Yeah. First thing is that if you are planning to travel after you file the 485, you can only travel on a H1B or H4. I'm assuming you are on H1 and your family's on H4.
Yes.
So the question would be that there is something called advance parole, which may take almost like 6 months to 1 year for you to get it. If you get an advance parole, then you don't have to worry about the H1B. You can travel on the advance parole. But if you don't have an advance parole though, you will have to travel on H1B. And you know how to travel on H1B. I don't have to explain you. Do I need to?
Yes. So I'll be traveling on H1. I can travel on H1B, right? So this should not impact.
And no, it does not impact the EAD application if you travel on H1 and H4.
Okay. And so if we get in the meanwhile, if you get the receipt and biometrics while I'm outside of India, outside of US, so what would be the situation in that case?
Well, you will get the receipt notice. If your biometrics comes in, you better fly in and do the biometrics.
Okay, all right. So the next question is, if I file, I'm filing this on single right now. So if I get married in later point of that year, next year, so when can I add her, my spouse, my fiancé into my application? So do we need to wait until the filing date or final action?
Right.
Again?
Right. The dates have to be open to file again to add your wife. I strongly recommend that you maintain the H1B until your wife is added into this application.
So does it need to be filing date or final action date, sir?
Sometimes it's final action date, sometimes it's filing date. We can't tell it though. The USCIS will tell it after the State Department publishes it. So we never know.
Whenever
USCIS allows you to file application, then you can add her at that point of time.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Rahul Garu, I have a question here. This is from Sam Fax. Says, I have a tier 2 officer call scheduled. My EB3 priority date is current and I-140 approved. No EAD or advance parole. What should I ask the tier 2 officer that will help my case? Is the tier 2 officer going to be the one that's working on the case?
No, it's not the tier 2 officer who will be working on the case. The tier 2 officer is only if there is something odd about your application. Maybe things went wrong, you didn't receive. So practically, you can just request that guy to adjudicate the 485. You can ask where the file is, but he's not going to be the adjudicating officer for the 485.
Okay, Andy. Thank you so much, sir. Let's take our next caller. Caller from area code 732. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 732. All right. While we're waiting, I have a question. This is from Monik Sika. Says, I have a priority date of December 13, 2011 on EB2. Do you suggest to downgrade to EB3 or wait for a month if I have not done the downgrade so far?
What is the priority date? His priority date is?
December 13th of 2011 on EB2.
I don't know. I'm filing the 485 right now in December 13th, 2013 is right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm filing
December 13, 2011.
December 13, I'm filing 485 under EB3 right now for it. I'm not waiting for next month. I don't know why he's been waiting for October from to right now.
All right.
This is the simple Andy. There's $1 million right now. And tomorrow somebody is going to pay the $1 million. I'm going to take, I have an option, either take the $1 million right now or take it tomorrow. I'm taking it today.
Why not?
Why wait?
All right.
Tomorrow still I'm getting 1 million. It's not going to be 2 million.
That makes sense.
So I'm going to take it. I don't know whether I'm going to get it or not.
Well, yeah. Might as well take it while you have it.
Yeah.
All right, Andy. Let's go to a caller. Caller from area code 732. We're ready for you now?
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Mr. Rahul. I have a question regarding I-94. My I-94, upon arrival, it's expired on July 27, 2021. But I-94 in I-797, I have February 2022. So based on that, I can work and renew my H1. This is my question.
First of all, when did you enter into United States the last time?
February 3rd, 2020.
Did this I-797 was filed after you entered into United States or before?
No, before.
Okay, so you had a 797 until 2022. You left the country, you came back into the country, but your I-94 is now shortened, is that right?
Yes.
Why is it shortened? Is your passport expiring in 2021?
Yeah, actually passport expired on July 27, 2021. Based on that, they gave the
Right. You cannot stay in this country beyond July 2021. You cannot work in United States before July 2021, after July 2021. Just because you have an old 797 approval, that's no longer valid anymore. There are two things that you can do. One thing you can do is you can pay a lawyer like me big fat amount of money and the filing fees, and then we will take the money and keep it in our pocket and file the extension and get you an extension of the H-1B. There's another thing that you can do is you can go to Mexico, have a margarita, and you can come back. And when obviously you will have a new passport right now, I'm assuming. And when you come back, you will have until 2022. You go with me, my charges, the filing fees and everything is going to be approximately around $4,000 to $5,000. You go drink margarita, the whole cost, and very luxury, no risk, nothing, is going to be $700, $800. Pick your poison.
Okay, I can go Mexico and come back. There is no issue, right? I have a visa up to 2022.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to Mexico, have a margarita. That's a wise option. You picked a good choice. Don't go with lawyers if you don't have to.
There is no travel restriction.
There is no, there is a travel restriction of not driving to Mexico and driving back. Flying is allowed. Flying is back. There is no restriction. Even if you don't have a U.S. citizen children born here in the country, if you go to Mexico and you have the passport stamping, there is no travel restriction for you.
I have U.S. citizen children also here.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That doesn't help or harm.
I have to take with her.
I'm sorry?
No, I have to travel with the U.S. citizen.
No. If you are going to, no, you don't have to travel with your U.S. citizen children. You can just go and have a tequila and come back. You don't need your daughter with you.
Okay. There is no visa also for Mexico, right? I have a
If you have the passport visa validity, you don't need a visa to go to these touristy locations of Mexico. Next person.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. Rahul, I have a question for you. This is from Krishna K. Says USPS says H4EAD got delivered, but I never got it. USCIS status says card was delivered. How do I ask for a reissue? Do I need to give a police complaint even if it's only missing and not stolen? It's my first H4EAD.
You have to file a request to your USCIS by the filing a 765 form and request them to issue a duplicate 765. That's the only way to formally request to USCIS.
Okay. And does he need to give a police complaint for this?
No, he doesn't need any police complaint.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Rahul Garu. All right, folks. I know there's so many people waiting and sending in questions, but unfortunately, we're all out of time today. But not to fret. We will be back same time, same place next week. Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Andy, for always being so direct and honest with our viewers and listeners and Mata. And we really appreciate the work that you're doing for our community, Andy.
Thank you, Nitagar. I'm just intrigued with Sandeep's question right now. As soon as I put this one off, I'll have to research which Uttar state. I hope he sends an email to me. I'm still like, I need to research that. That's like to be a very, it was allowed in circumstances like it's in Afghanistan or something like that. Right. It was allowed before though, but I remember that, those kind of situations. But I don't know if under this current situations, if it's allowed, but I need to research that. That's a good idea he has created.
Sandeep, don't miss out on this opportunity and, make sure you email Rahul Garu and, get his input as well. But to all our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in, Andy. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week again. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Here's us signing off. See you all next week.
Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com or call us 844-383-7844.
Fine diamond jewelry is now one click away. Maya Fine Jewels, a family legacy, manufacturing their own jewelry since 1975. Shop online for lab-certified diamond jewelry at Indian prices. Visit your trusted family jeweler, Maya Fine Jewels, at 1315 Oak Tree Road, Islin, New Jersey. Shop online at mayafinejewels.com.
సిలికానాంధ్ర మనబడి అమెరికాలో ACS వాస్క్ గుర్తింపు పొందిన ఏకైక తెలుగు విద్యాలయం. మీ పిల్లలను 2021-2022 తరగతులలో చేర్పించండి. తరగతుల నమోదు ప్రారంభమైనది. సెప్టెంబర్ 11, 2021 నుండి తరగతులు ప్రారంభం. మనబడిలో చేర్పిద్దాం, తెలుగు భాష నేర్పిద్దాం. మరిన్ని వివరాలకు సంప్రదించండి manabadi.siliconandra.org, info@manabadi.siliconandra.org, 1-844-626-BUDDY.
Hire international teachers who are well trained in U.S. curriculum for just $20 an hour, or for 2 students group, $15 an hour. We teach math, science, and English for elementary, middle, and high school. Contact info@testpreppundits. Call at 844-383-7844.
A new wave in the test prep. Test Prep Pundits offer SAT, PSAT, ACT just for $499, with powerful teachers, with top 1 percentile tutors, and powered by stellar digital curriculum. Contact us at info@testpreppundits.com or call at 844-383-7844.
100% certified precious stone మరియు uncut diamond ఆభరణాల అపూర్వమైన కలెక్షన్. బైబ్యాక్ గ్యారంటీతో పాటు జెమ్స్టోన్ జ్యువెలరీ ఫెస్టివల్ మలబార్ గోల్డెన్ డైమండ్స్ లో.
गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणा कान्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్ట్లు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TV Asia Telugu.
Om Sai Shri